girl Rye.
And your girl Mel, and welcome to the Wildly Untamed Podcast.
So welcome to our new episode. So you guys know what we're about to start with.
Wild card.
All right, so let's see what it says. If you were to get arrested, what would it be for?
No, my ass?
Yes. What would you have gotten arrested for?
For running my mouth?
For running your mouth? In what situation? Like talking back to the cops?
Yeah, or being like, or I would probably have like stepped in on somebody's stuff to like, defend them and be like, that ain't fair, that ain't right, and all of this. And then he'd be like, put your hands up, be like, hell no. And then, see, my mouth would have got me caught up.
Okay, so for me, you guys, I probably would have gotten arrested for helping defend somebody. So if somebody get in a fight, I can't go out like my punk. So if my bestie got in a fight and they started jumping her ass, I'd have to get in. So I probably would be arrested for like a big fight happening, even though I don't even be fighting. But I would have had to give it my best try. And if you get arrested for that, I hate when people jump people. Like, don't do that.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
I would probably get arrested for that.
Okay.
Like, and not stopping until, the situation was done.
I know. I have friends that would have been like, I would get arrested because of your ass.
So,
for defending you. Like,
it's
like,
okay. So do you want to introduce today's topic?
Yes. So this topic is self-love.
Yes. Ooh. So we are going to start with self-love. So let's first define self-love. What do you think self-love is?
I think self-love is more like you having grace with yourself, and allowing yourself to be at peace and at ease with a lot of things.
Yeah.
And having boundaries, right?
Okay. So for me, self-love would be defined as how you take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you, live your day-to-day, and how do you express yourself? How do you, stuff like that. So,
yeah.
Okay. So I see you got some stats for us. Do you want to share those stats?
Yes. So it says 13% of women say they practice self-love compared to 5% of men.
Dang.
Now, what do you think about that? To me, that's already low numbers as it is.
I feel like both the numbers are low.
Yes.
13% of women. Come on, guys. You got to do better.
Right? Like, what we doing?
That 5% of men is not surprising.
It's not. I was about to say that.
But at the same time, I feel like it should be way better. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's interesting. And it says, the next one says, nearly 85% of the population suffers from low self-esteem. Wow. And I think that kind of goes back to our episode from a couple of times ago, the social media episode.
Yes.
Where we talked about the comparison, the influencers, all that. I think all that plays a part, but that's a big number.
Oh, yeah.
85% of people deal with low self-esteem. So that kind of shows, like, for people who are experiencing right there, that right now you're not alone, right? Mm-hmm. And at the same time, that's like, we got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, that's crazy. The number should be flipped.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like 85% self-love, But then I'm talking about low self-esteem. I'm like, Lord wild. Jesus. That's crazy.
Wild. Yeah, it's wild.
All right. So let's go to our first question. What do you like about yourself?
What do I like about myself? So I gotta go first.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys, what do I like about myself? I think I like my personality.
Okay, let's do internal and external.
Internal, external.
Like, so.
And then my looks.
Yes.
Okay. So let's start with internal first, because that's the most important.
Yes.
Period. So what I like about myself, I like my personality. I like how goofy I am, how fun I am. I think I'm a lot of fun to be around. What else? I think I'm very nice too, and pretty respectful. Like, I be saying some wild stuff, but overall I'm pretty nice. Mm-hmm. And I like to make people laugh and have fun. What else internal? And I think I'm a good listener. And I'm a good I won't say advice giver, but I like to give people insight about things or different perspectives that they probably never heard of. So that would be internal. I think I'm smart too. I think I'm pretty smart. And I like to write.
Girl, she got her master's.
I got my master's. Yes, I did.
She's smart.
And I love to write. I'm a good writer. and things like that. I think I'm pretty creative too. Not when it comes to drawing, but like coming up with ideas, creative ideas and stuff like that. And I love working with people. I think I'm very good with people. Okay. Externally, I love my smile. I think I have a pretty smile. I love my cheeks. I got a one dimple. I like that I got one. It's just one dimple, but it's out there and it's shiny. Okay. And I love my hair. I love my legs. I love that.
She was about to say, I just love everything about me.
I don't like my height sometimes. I don't like that I'm super tall. I'm not even
she did say that.
When I'm tall compared to other females, I don't like that. That's something that I've been.
She don't like to wear heels when she's around me.
I don't wear heels and stuff like that, but I do love how strong and fit my legs are.
Okay.
And yeah, I think I have a pretty face. I think I'm pretty beautiful. So that's me. Okay, what about you?
Okay, internal. I would say I love how goofy I am, and I think how transparent I am, and also the fact that like I'm really carefree.
Yeah.
I think that all meshes in with like my personality. So like obviously like I'm not gonna let people rub off on me and stuff like that. Like I just be like, yeah, whatever. Okay, next.
Yeah, for real.
So I mean, I really like that about myself, and the fact that I'm really optimistic. So yeah. External, I love my smile.
Yeah.
I love my nose. I love my face overall. I love my face. And I would say like I love my legs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love my little booty, y'all. I love my booty.
I'm dead.
I worked for this. Okay, at one point I did not have it.
When you work for something, I don't blame you.
Okay.
No.
I was doing what I had to do, so I do love my curves too.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I got some good curves. I think you go like this, which is what I like. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's a good little question to start with. Okay, so next question: what aspect of self-love would you say you need to improve in? So the aspects are mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual. What aspects do you feel like you need to improve?
I feel like I need to improve in spiritually. I just started my journey in the spiritual world. I'm not really knowledgeable like that. I'm not gonna be sitting here like preach this. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like since it's so new to me, I'm still like trying to figure things out, what works best for me. Even when it comes to like praying, it's a little bit hard. Or if I have to like pray out loud, I get really nervous. So I feel like I'm not as confident as I am in other aspects.
Okay, so how do you feel like spirituality plays into self-love? Like how do they connect?
I feel like they intertwine because you have to be, how do I say, spiritually in a good mindset, in a good space, right? So like if you are anxious or something like that, or you worry about anything going on regarding self-love, right? You have to like kind of like let God do his thing.
Yeah, have faith.
Have faith, trust in him, and lay everything on him so he can guide you to where you want to be, you know? But if, I want to say like if your faith is kind of shaky or anything, or you still like, you know, still a little bit like, you know, I said I was going to leave it in God's hand, but you still like worrying about it constantly, then you haven't really laid it on him.
Patience in your journey and stuff.
Yeah. So I tend to be really like impatient sometimes. And I'm like, yes, I know I asked you God, but why isn't it here yet? So I'm just like, so I've learned that like, you know, patience, my dude, like it's gonna come in your own time. So just chill.
Okay. So for me, I would say physically still, like I do love some parts of myself, but this little weight loss journey, y'all, has been up and down literally my whole life. So just accepting who I am physically right now, how I look physically right now, how I'm still cute, how I'm still fine right now, while also wanting to improve on my goals. I think that's where I'm weakest. Like just keeping that in mind, keeping my physical self-love. Like I know I mentally got it together for the most part. Spiritual, I kind of been like, that's always my focus. I got faith tatted on me. Y'all can't see it, but I have faith tatted on me because that's how much I know God would do his thing. So I think really just the physical aspect, like knowing like you're beautiful. Like, all the way. Even with the extra chubbiness and the extra weight, or even if I was to get small, that you're still worth it and still beautiful where you're at now. So I think that's the journey that I'm still trying to grow on, and just loving my full self, not just different aspects like you said earlier, but my full self. You know, just loving it and soaking it all in. Yeah. So yeah, that's me when it comes to that.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. What are the steps that you took to evolve in your self-love?
Steps that I took. Okay. So we both said it earlier that we're still in a journey. So some of the steps that I took, I would say affirmations, doing the affirmations like daily, like trying to reframe negative thinking. That's what we call it in therapy. We're going to reframe our negative thoughts. So doing that when it comes to myself, like, so if I say, oh my gosh, I look ugly, ugly or something like that, I'll say, nah, we're going to reframe that. I might not feel my best, but I know I'm beautiful. I know that, everybody has those days. Just reframing it. Reframing myself from not looking at myself as like half empty, but like half full. Like always finding the silver lining within myself, right? So like I said, I might not feel that good today physically, but what is my mental like? Do I got my mental strong? And things like that. So positive self-talk, I would say, would help me for my self-love. And then also achieving goals kind of helps. So setting small goals for myself and then getting to that is something that helps with my self-love. Like knowing that I can achieve things and just continuing to try my best daily. And also giving myself grace, right? Giving myself forgiveness for not being able to do those things one day, or for failing, allowing myself to fail. And not being hard on myself when those times do come. I think that's another thing that I did for self-love.
Okay.
All right, what about you?
I would say the same thing. Like, I would say like framing the imperfections of my life when I was feeling like negative emotions that we suppress or we just basically like ruminate over. So just getting those things out and just being like, you need to think about other things, right? Instead of thinking like the negative of it, like what's the positive? Like what can we do better? And reframing that as well, like that thought process. I would say also like what helped me was I think going through life. You know how they say like you have to some people like to live the hard life, and that's how they're gonna learn their lessons. I feel like I'm one of those people.
You gotta go through something.
Yes.
You can't somebody tell you, hey girl, that's beautiful. You need to know your worth. You gotta get to the point to where you really, really have to learn it.
So I feel like a lot of the things I had to like go through in life and experience and be like, okay, I fell down. I'm at my bottom. I'm here. Now the only way up. The only way forward is up, right? So I had to go through a lot of those, and I was just like, I kind of do it to myself. So, so I was just like, okay. And also the fact that like I wasn't always like as confident with my body. Like when it comes to like I'm confident like this, right? But when I'm naked is when it hits, because there's a lot of beautiful women that have amazing gorgeous bodies, right? And it goes back into like the episode social media and all that. And sometimes when you are with somebody or something like that, it kind of like plays with your mind when you're just like, do I look good enough?
Like
you thinking
without
my clothes on,
without the bra lifting me,
you know what I'm saying? Without they like, hugging you the right places, and then it's just kind of like, what if I were not naked? Like, is he gonna look at me crazy? So it's kind of like also knowing your worth and your beauty. Like, it's okay. Like, if they don't want to, they don't want to. It's someone will.
And embracing the imperfections.
Embracing the imperfections. So I was like being confident in your body. So I have worked on that. It's not 100%, but I feel like now I'm a lot more comfortable.
I think it's very important for us to embrace those imperfections, embrace those stretch marks. Okay?
Yes, yeah.
That little damn on your butt.
Yeah.
It's very important to just embrace those things, because that's what makes you you. That is what makes you who you are. You know what I'm saying? And if it's something that you really, really dislike, start making steps towards that. You know what I'm saying? Or improving that, right? And not looking at yourself as broken, right?
Yes. Ooh, the word broken.
Like, don't look at yourself as a task. Don't look at yourself as something that always needs to be fixed.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that, you know? So I think that's a good thing to do. Just, it's really all about your mind, honestly.
It is.
It's all about how you speak to yourself, how you think about yourself, and who you allow in your life too. Right?
Oh yeah, true. Who you allow in your space.
Yes, that's self-love. Choosing not to have somebody who speaks down on you is self-love. Does that make sense?
No, yeah.
You know, and making boundaries and saying no, like we talked about before, that is self-love, you know?
Yeah. And I also think like clarity and mindfulness, like also having that peace of mind, or if you had to do yoga to like kind of center yourself and be like, okay, I need some clarity. I need the noise to stop for a minute.
The noise.
Yeah. So.
I think all that plays a part. Girl, we sound like mature now. OMG. Look how much we've grown.
Yeah.
I love it. So it's my turn to ask the next question, girl. All right. So the question is, or first we're going to start with defining self-compassion. Because I know we talked about earlier self-compassion and self-love. I feel like they kind of correlate. Okay, so let's look at the definition. So in psychology, self-compassion is extending compassion to oneself in instances of perceived inadequacy, failure, or general suffering. American psychologist Kristen Neff has also defined self-compassion as being composed of three main elements. And I said elements, y'all. Which include self-kindness, common humanity, and mindfulness. Okay, so let's talk about self-kindness, common humanity, and mindfulness. What do you think when you see those terms?
For me, okay, self-kindness, making sure that, like we stated, you have grace with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to your body. Be kind to, like, how you're putting stressors, right? So, like, don't stress yourself out. Be kind to yourself, right? If you need a rest. If you need to, like, you know, put... That goes into play, like, what kind of foods you put in your body. So... Common humanity to me is just kind of like human decency, really. Yeah. Like how people should act. Like, it's not hard to be nice, but it seems like it is. So I just feel like basic human like beings should just be kind to one another and have compassion. Yeah. You know? Okay. And mindfulness, like the whole thing that we were just talking about, like just having clarity and all of that, peace of mind. Yeah. I feel like that. Okay. It's a lot to play.
All right, and for me, self-kindness is like you said, being kind to yourself, being nice to yourself, giving yourself grace. Treat yourself how you would treat your best friend. Mm-hmm. That's what I say. So would you talk down to your best friend? Would you make fun of your best friend? Would you be super negative to your best friend? Or is it anybody? If the answer is no, then that means you should not be doing that to yourself. So whenever you're downplaying or saying something negative, you say, man, would I tell my best friend she ugly? I don't think so. So let me go ahead and revert that to you're beautiful or you're kind. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Also, for me, with common humanity, I think that means like recognizing that you're human, right? And with being human comes being imperfect. You are not perfect. We're all humans, and that we're also all dealing with something. Every single person on this earth has an insecurity, has something that they're dealing with. So I think we have to kind of remember that we're all human. You ain't gonna be perfect. Yeah. So quit putting that super high expectation on yourself to be perfect. And lastly, mindfulness. I think that means being mindful of what you're saying and what you're doing to yourself, right? When it comes to self-compassion or self-love, be mindful. Always reflect on what am I doing? What am I saying? Is that helping me or is that causing me harm? Yeah. If it's causing me harm, hold up, wait a minute. Let's work on that.
Yeah. I like that.
That's how I feel about that. Okay. And what question does that tie into, Mel?
That ties into... where is it? Do you believe that self-compassion is part of self-love?
I think so. Yes, I think they intertwine. I think they connect. I don't think you can fully love yourself without forgiving yourself. Yes. Without offering yourself grace. Without knowing and understanding that you may fail. Right? Failure is a part of life. Failure is a part of growing, right? We always say turn your L's into what? Lessons, you know? Yeah. So I think that is why it intertwines. What about you?
I agree. I 100% agree with what you stated. I loved how you put it together. Obviously, we have to, like you said, we're human, so we are going to make mistakes. And part of that is also learning from our mistakes.
For real.
And what are we going to do differently about it, right? And how is that going to reflect upon yourself as you get older?
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. Look at us. Y'all, so we want you to comment below what you feel about self-love, self-compassion. What do you think is necessary for that to happen? What are some benefits of self-love? What are some times where you didn't feel that way and you kind of realized and got yourself on track? Like, what steps did you take? In order? Yeah. So anything else you want to add to self-love, or you feel like we kind of covered all the bases?
I feel like we covered all the bases, pretty much. I think we talked about, like, how did we evolve, how to, like, the steps that you would take or we took, you know. And we would like to hear from you, like, what steps that you took, what was the hard thing for you to overcome, you know.
Okay, so we done wrapped up self-love, girl. So you know what time it is?
Ooh, it's time for the sassy wheel. We gonna spin.
No, girl.
No. Oh no! Wait. JK is the Untamed Q&A.
Like you said, I'm tired. I'm ready to be done. But no, girl, we got the Untamed Q&A. So I'm gonna ask you this question, okay?
Oh.
So remember, our Untamed Q&A are questions that are asked to us in our DMs. If you would like to leave an Untamed Q&A, go ahead and DM us, okay? All right, you ready? So the question is, it's a little scenario question. Are you ready? All right. How would you handle a situation where your friend kissed your ex when y'all were together and now you're finding out? So that means when you were with your ex in a relationship, your friend kissed that person during that time. But you're just not finding out and you're no longer with that person, no longer with your ex. How would you handle that friend? So you and that friend are still friends. How you going to handle that?
Oh, yeah. There's going to be some words, all right?
There's going to be some words, or are you going to be mad?
I'm going to be mad because it's like you knew I was with somebody and you still decided to, like, go hit on my man. Yeah, kiss my man at the time.
Does the matter? Like, you know how people be like, we were drunk.
I don't give a fuck. Like, you could be high, you could be whatever you want. I don't care. The point is, no is a no. Like, it's a no.
Please don't play with me.
Yeah, I'm hitting you up. I'm driving to your house. Hello, we gotta talk. Like,
so are y'all still gonna be friends?
No.
Damn, she cut your ass off.
Yeah, you wasn't even a true friend when you did that. So why would I even keep you around?
That's crazy. I can't even picture that. For me, it's a no. Like, you aren't my friend. Like you said, you were never my friend.
Exactly.
Where's the sense of loyalty? Where's the sense of care? Where's the sense of you should have told me way sooner, too? Or however I found out, especially if I didn't find out for you as a person, you sure dirt. You know what I mean? Not dirt. Nobody's dirt. But you know what I mean? You're not worthy of being in my presence, of being in my life anymore.
No, yeah. You have no access at this point.
Yeah.
And my thing is, like, you want my sloppy seconds? Like, really, dude? Like, I kissed that. And then you want to go back and kiss it just... Okay, that's cool. He's single, so what you gonna do?
He's single, right?
He's single.
Like, it's the fact that they were
together that we were together. So.
Oh gosh, I would hate to be that friend.
I would hate to be that friend too.
Like, I couldn't even imagine me being that person that would do that to my friend.
I don't understand. Like, I just don't.
It is a no for me.
Y'all don't want friends if y'all do that.
Right.
Y'all want friends.
Right. Gonna be friends for the rest of your life. Right. But we know for a fact that that's not gonna happen to us. So we ain't speaking that to exist.
Oh yeah,
okay?
No.
Shoot. But yes, guys, that was a good little Q&A question. We want to hear more. So you guys have questions like we said earlier, leave them in our DM. So, are you ready for our last part now?
Okay, now we're going to spin the sassy wheel.
Go ahead, get that spicy win out, girl. Sassy
let's
win
see.
Out.
All right, let's spin this.
Let's spin it.
Where's it at?
See what it says, girl.
Cultural background.
Ooh, we're going to be talking about some cultural stuff. We're going to talk about our differences, maybe our similarities. I'm excited for that.
I'm excited for that one too.
All right, so our next episode will be about our cultural backgrounds and just culture period, maybe.
Yeah.
And how it plays a role in our lives. Okay?
Yes.
All right, so before we leave you guys, we are going to end with an affirmation. And this week's affirmation is, I welcome positive people and experiences into my existence. Yes. So we want to leave you guys with that. Always welcome positive people into your lives if they are benefiting you or just making you feel overall happy. Go ahead and welcome those people. Don't shy away from those people. And the people who are not, snip, snip. Okay,
Yeah,
you
cut
got
them.
somewhere. All right, so thank you guys for listening in. We love you guys,
Yes.
and stay tuned for more.
Besos.